Buenas noches, Green Eye. Tony, muy buenas noches. Agent Orange, buenas noches. I don't even know how this thing's supposed to go. Hey, Agent Orange, can you hear me? S1, saludos. Samantha, good night. Great to see you. Gracias, Tony. I'm still here. Can't complain. Hey, Mac, 4194, saludos. Thank you for that. B, buenas noches. Great to see you. How you doing today? Sorry if I was a little late, everyone. Yeah, thank you, God. Joe, buenas noches. Sin comentarios, Joe, I never did time with them. Yeah, that'd be a hard one right there, Joe. You know, I never did no time in them weenie yards. Suspect, buenas noches, my boy. Great to see you. Sick. Nah, I almost didn't come on here. To be sincere, sorry I haven't put up content either. I just libertad. Ahorita aquí estoy en Cotija. In about 20 days, I'll be back in Culiacan. Or so less, maybe. Nah, sick is. Thank you for asking, but no, I haven't. It's gotten. I backpedal. I haven't. I don't know. The pain is. Man, I feel also like they're taking knives to my stomach and just literally from up and down, cutting it down like that. My feet are again like this. I haven't been able to sleep. Man, yeah, Green Eyes. I was supposed to do that. That I was supposed to do two of them, right? Reaction one, and I was gonna touch on shotgun. And then, man, I have a whole bunch of reactions. They just, I don't know. Thank you, top tier. Buenas noches. Oh yeah, I'm gonna want to maintain. I really don't know what's wrong. But I'm just plain ignorant. It's the cancer, homie. I should have been back in the clinic already, and but we'll see what's up. Yeah, Joe, cuando gustes. Thank you, sick. Yeah, the minute I'm out of here, I think it has to do a lot with, I'm running out of all my medicine. I haven't been able to get the hospital back from 29, I believe. I only have four, so I need to get back on them. But it's just, I'd either wait till the 21st to stock up on them or just wait. In the 90s, that's when it was up there tough. Which Billy do you think that flew under the radar? And there's quite a few of them. Like, in which sense, though, under the radar? You mean with us, with the camaradas, or with the Judas? Hey, Frank, great to see you. Everything's good, and every day above ground is a good day. Frank, thank you for asking. How you doing? How's family? On the electric car, ran into me. Yeah, I'm glad you were able to get out today, B. Yeah, whenever we go to a big store like my nieces, that's my nieces, B, right there. They're like, Tio, jump on that thing. Hell no. I'd rather stop a million times and jump on that thing. Thank you, Sick, again. Yeah, Sick, I know. It's just the position where everything's at right now. Live and learn, though. We went to Walmart. Yeah, suspect. I think I need to too, because, there's so much I want to react to. It's like, okay, okay. I've been trying to react to that Oakland, but for some reason, man, the system, then the audio, and yeah, that's what. Well, that's what we're hoping for. Sick in the next couple days or so. Okay, Frank. Do send my saludos to Hector, por favor. I didn't mean to jump on the same time he was live. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Thanks to all of you. Gracias. Usually I invest that for medical stuff, like for the surgery, but this time we're invested in nothing but medication. Eric, saludos, buenas noches. Thank you, top tier. It's highly appreciated. Right now, Culiacan's hot. Especially, they pissed off a Chapo Isidro right now. Las hediondas, allá andan. Adrian, saludos, buenas noches. Baudelios, muy buenas noches. Great to see you, saludos. Yeah, Adrian, I haven't. For sure I haven't, believe me. She puts a pedal to the metal. ¿Qué hubo? Muy buenas noches. Thank you, Mike. Luis, saludos, buenas noches. Man, I felt like literally my boy that ran me over stopped, came back around and stopped and hit back around, you know? But it's just part of the big boogeyman. The big boogeyman. Yeah, Eric is crazy, huh? That's crazy. I think now it's just, how do I put it? They have to be more clear with the audience ever since that Pelican Bay and the hunger strikes and stuff like that. We're seeing a lot more of it, right? Because it's always been like that, man. It's just, they just don't inform people. Well, they didn't used to. Like, when I was in Ironwood, they informed of 3 murders. Well, an overdose and 2 murders, right? It was the overdose of Spanky, also on D Yard, and the Bison B Yard. But the time I was there was like 7 of them, and they never let nobody know outside the prison. "506 Gangsters, saludos, buenas noches, homie." Spanky from 18, yeah. You heard about that? They just ain't able to cover them up no more, H and Orange. I think they're on their butt a lot more. Yeah, I had a few cellies like that. Southtown, saludos first and foremost. Um, but the one that was like, I won't say like me, but that literally, me, I'm real respectful, humble. I'll tolerate whatever, right? But once it's like, I don't have that gray in between, and I go from 0 to 100 ASAP. And it was Bouncer from Belinda Flats. That fool, he was, he was a fool. I remember one time we were working out, and he basically had the whole right. It was him, right? We're working out. It was after Rutina. We hit Rutina, did what we did, and then me and him went to a corner and we hit a little bit more burpees, right? And I forgot something though. Wood disrespected him, or he felt disrespected. One of them two, right? And I seen in his face, and I just went back in the cell and I told him, "What's up, fool?" He didn't say nothing to the wood. And he just told me, "What's up, fool?" And then he's like, "I'm gonna whack this fool on the next yard." I go, "Vámonos, let's hoop bang," you know? And he was real cool with that wood. He just didn't feel like playing that day, you know? Because we're in the middle of workout. Nah, 21. Mixley, they're not. They're strong, you know? Of course, it's like everywhere, right? Some places you go, they have a heavier, stronger hold on the plays. And what year was this, Adrian? El Torcido, which solo, if I could ask? In the hole, yeah. And in some yards, B, it all depends who's on the yard, right? But it's recommended you at least to get an hour in every day, you know? Nah, Yorita. Oh, okay, Mike. See anyone get R on them? Oh, yeah, Frank. Yeah. I met, even if amongst camaradas, I met some, if you're referring to what I think, some sick individuals, man, like, to even think they were going to be able to walk amongst us, it was, oh, yeah, nah, B, if you're sick, again, it would all depend who's there, right? But most of the time, homies, they have to understand, yeah, Agent and Ironwood, Agent Orange after that cell extraction, and I made them go in and get us and everything. Man, they stomped me out, and next thing you know, I was lost till I healed, But they used to do that a lot. Yeah, Adrian, different spanks then. 2007, the one I'm mentioning to you overdosed on a yard in 2001, I believe, the beginning. Joe Straight, I got busted 96, got out 2018. I did 23 years, 11 months. Rose, great to see you. Buenas noches. And then I was out in, here and there. The most I stayed out was because, well, for example, the times would get shot, recover, recover, and then head out back in jail, and it was back and forth out here too. Southtown, my pleasure. D Money, thank you. Great to see you. I was curious the last two lives of you, right? Nah, Eric, never seen Suge Knight. If you have to go back, it will be in Mexico. Right now, Mike, everything in both places, to be sincere. But I don't even want to think about that, you know? Hey, D Money, I tried to look for that book. I couldn't. It's harder from out here, from Mexico. Thank you, Agent Orange. That's the other channel, everyone. Hey, everyone, what does that I seen that button, you know how it's like, dislike, and now that hype thingy comes out. What does that mean? I know I sound dumb as hell, huh? Yeah, suspect. Thank you, God. The people that were here were above YouTube. You know, we've been with each other for a while, and thank you, God. You know, yeah, we don't really. Even if someone jumps on here, he starts going off and stuff con respeto, and we don't do that here. You know, but yeah, everybody's great here. Uh, to the PO box, Z Money. I don't know if you have it. Adrian, my boy, let me borrow $20. Uh, I can on the after the 21st. Just let me know how to get them to you. But I don't do that bothering stuff, you know. But I got you. Just I don't have them right now, to be sincere. La enfermedad a todo ahorita, G. Eric, gacho, you know. But I can't complain, you know. Yeah, suspect. I really don't know what it means. I just started seeing it. Chile de Garcia. Oh yeah, there's a lot of them, homie. A lot of them. There's a lot of them. Okay, Mike. Gracias. On the house. Okay. Uh, H and Orange. What was the number of the PO box? I got the res, just the number. I don't. It. Here, let me write it down. Robert. PO box. Okay, thank you, H and Orange. Okay, it's like a promotion thing. Interruptions, exactly. Nick, always a pleasure. Great to see you. Nah, it's when this YouTube thing hits, and I'm gonna have my niece get the medication, you know. But hopefully, I'm out of here before then, you know. SOC, huh? Suspect. Rolling R's, great to see you. Buenas noches. Frank, it means they're moderators. Basically, I'm a blind individual. They have my back. Like things sometimes I don't see and stuff. They help me out. Yeah, folks. 8151. Oh, such a truck. They're the torpedoes. Man. Rose. Okay, there it is. It's that's the P.O. Box, D Money right there. Yeah, Tony, a lot right now. Yeah, I think Chino Antra should have been smarter than that, man. He knows what his bosses used to do to people. Their get down, and what I would have done in Chino's position, right? Again, I came to Mexico somewhere and just started going to war with them, and then head out here. But he trusted where, you know. Oh, okay. I was saying they're like moderators, Frank. They basically they help me because I don't know how to do a lot of this used to stuff. They help me out or things I miss. Yeah, I don't know if that would help. Damn shame. Saludos. Great to see you. They're they're out there. There's no recent ones, but they're out there. There's only one, two, three. Well, now there's only three, I believe. Three sureños barrios in Santa Rosa. Yeah, Rose. Headache. My stomach feels like it's gonna. I don't know why. Oh, yeah. Alvaro's. That, I don't think that will ever change, you know. Yeah, Agent Orange, I think he should have known better, man. Like I said, number 824. Usually, usually I tag when I started with that other channel. I don't know if you guys remember. I used to detail cars, the paint jobs, the rims. It was a family shop, right? But mainly with that, with art, But I haven't in a minute, Been difficult, but that's what I'm hoping for is here soon. Thank you. Damn shame. Yeah, do hit the like, por favor. On Delino High. At one point, it used to be is my neighborhood, the first one in town, right? And at the same time, it was VL, LF13, and then VSL came out, and then Angelino Heights, and then Lennox was there for a little bit, and as of right now, it's just PSE, Angelinos, and VSL. Yeah, what was his placazo, Adrian? El Torcido from South LA. Okay, here, let me go back. What the hell is it? From South LA. It all depends, Frank. It all depends. I know vatos that got made within months, right? I know vatos that they've been always, I'm gonna put you up for 30, 40 years and they never make it. Yeah, Eric, from South LA, uh, Puro North Bay. He was there. He was there. I was there when he got there, and he was able to iron his problems out. You could say that. Back to the hotel. But yeah, he was there. He was a good individual. Sneaks. He just he didn't really have issues per se, right? He just got caught up in that politicking, between Pilis. Hmm, Here, let me see. Okay. From Eastside 13. From Eastside 13, South Central, right? Yeah, agent. I've been trying to react to it. Yeah, I know Mitch, Eric. I know all three of them. But yeah, I know Mitch. Remember that song? Yeah, D Money. Uh, it's the name of the channel. The IG is usually in the description of every video. Yeah, Rolling North. I don't know, the program first, then the audio. But the last 2 days, I'll be sincere, I haven't, and there's no need for it. But if I would show you my legs, at least like this, my foot, my legs. Thank you, D Money. Yeah, but I do. Yeah, yeah, I know. I know about it, Alvaro's. Yeah, he was, Eric. Yeah, I fool just want a good one, started tweaking. Yeah, with Mitchie, nothing happened. I'll be straight with you. Alvaro's, what happened with Mitchie is he was a mean old tweaker back there. He started seeing, you know, Juan Diego en bicicleta and all these things come on him, and he rolled it up. He walked up the tier and told. Then he, like, I don't know where they sent him, but he basically, like, had a few days to clear his mind. Then he tried to come back and clean some of the damage, but that's what it was. He's he was tweaking a lot back there. Roy, buenas noches, great to see you. Cool hands, great to see you. Saludos. Yes, sir. Yeah, Luis. He was. They were just tweaking too much, homie. Serio. Ham, Coyote from Fontana. They were road dogs back there. Um, it was a little crew. They every day, all day long. Roy. Right now, I don't even want to touch on that right there. Yeah, Rose. I just, yeah, Luis must have been. But yeah, Rose. In reality, like camaradas or sureños, we're not even supposed to touch that inside. It's not allowed, supposedly. Which homie had the best hands? norte or south. Man, it went both ways, you know. Depends. It all depends, you know. It's difficult, Alvaro. I don't know, you know, from growing up on the calles, right? At least me personally, you know, it's always different, you know, always different. But it would depend, you know. Yeah, agent. Hey, ha, never mind. As one, you need to check me. I almost stuck my foot up my mouth, man. A todo 100% siempre. Oh, there's many ways, but mostly it's the MTAs. You know, there's people with diabetes. Sometimes you go to medical and they actually slip and they have him laying down. Numerous of ways, you know. Gracias, Roy. Yeah, exactly, Luis. Tattoo. Oh yeah, Luis. There's what was his little homie's name? Oh, they were Celis. Two two norteños. It was Casper from Sac and the other norteño was from Sanjo, and and they had some bad work, man. They were tattooing on each other. You know, they had they had some bad work on them. P Diddy. They caught P Diddy smoking and drinking and having a little party with Baby. Nah, I'm sorry, bro. Man, that was a trip, huh? Were you there when Smokey B and E got knocked out by Sally? I don't remember that. Cool hands. I don't remember that. Yeah, I was there with him, but I didn't. I don't remember that incident. You know. Yeah, Eric. The homies are. I'm telling you, I had a little road dog from Seven O's, Dirty. Adrian Gómez, gracias. Igualmente, cuídate, carnal. Yeah, cuando gustes. It's a pleasure. Thank you. Frank, it was spoken, but it was just that, you know, the carrot in the stick type of thing, you know? Yeah, Alvaro, I seen that news, that's why I said it. Oh, yeah, Alvaro's. Like, in a one-on-one fight? No, I haven't been knocked out, but I've been knocked out a lot of times, you know. Ooh, a lot of times, man. Malos Clica, Chapo. Uh, I don't know, homie. I'll be sincere. Like I said, level 4 is 180. We don't really touch on Clicas, unless it's more like he's your celly or little road dog or something. You get more personal, right? Yeah, Alvaro. I wouldn't even know how many I would tell you, but nah. Oh no, Luis, you know that, my boy. I would have, I would have done everything possible, like with all due respect, make sure not put a target on me. But no, nah, my boy. Rolling R's, man. I don't like to tell war stories, right? But I'll tell you guys one like real quick. You know, I always been, I like, I like scrapping, eh? I'll be sincere. I love fighting. From wrestling and boxing, but there's this little town next to where I grew up called Windsor. It was like, what was it? I was like 12, maybe. It was right before YA, anyways. You know, uh, and basically, I always been a hardhead, right? We were out there with some girl named Gloria, and it was just me and my homeboy, right? And there was a grip of fools outside. I mean, grip of fools, right? And my homeboy took off, and he came back later with one shoe, right? They had stomped him out. And I was like, hey, let's call it. I call him, nah, hell no, come on, fool. And I don't know, it's like a big trip, right? There's this fool sitting down, and me and my homeboy are the same age, but the dude right there, he's older, right? And I tell him, hey, fool, you can't knuckle up. The right way, you gotta jump him. Damn, you're like twice his age, fool, but I'm gonna, I shouldn't have done that, right? It was a big mistake, because basically, when he said, let's boogie, and he got all the way up, I just took off on him, boom, boom. And out of nowhere, right, some fool came and he drop kicked me. I hit the floor. I got up, and when I cracked him, and I felt some fool on a bike. He was pedaling, and with the handlebars, he hit me, boom, dead on, and I flew. I got up, hit. Well, to make a long story short, next thing you know, we had, I don't even know how many, but I was surprised we didn't get shot, we didn't get stopped, but we got stomped in bad, like real bad. We were like, SMS Cali still good. Yeah, they are. Alvaros. They're good homies. It's one of them times you get your butt kicked where they leave you like a mapache, for a couple weeks without being able to move. Everything hurts. Is one man cell better? It depends. If you're a good celly, no. If you're able to be a good celly, then it's firmes to have a celly. Oh yeah, B. Yeah, a few times actually. A few times I had to, but it wasn't really that, you know what I mean? The thing with me is that I literally go from cool to I want to knock your head off, you know? Any update? Anthony, I'm going to do a reaction. I know everything to the dot, bro, on what happened there. But yeah, it was mainly, like told him and I thought he came at me disrespectful and that was what it was behind. Yeah, the money, yeah, out there in Windsor. Back in the early 90s, we couldn't go in there. Windsor was deep. Nah, you could always ask me. But yeah, B, I had, not gonna say a lot, but one, two, like five fights inside the cell because there was just no other option. Yeah, Nick, I'm telling you, at first it was just them two cats right there. I don't know where they came from. Yeah, them BMX bikes. He had one of those, and he literally hit me right here in the chest with the handlebars, and I just rolled, got up. I cracked them. When I cracked them, it was a done deal. They stomped us in. It's not really a rule, Rose. Just if it happens, do know you're not gonna be able to go to medical. You're gonna have to stay in your cell, not come out at all till you healed up and patch up by yourself. Oh, on one of the cellies I got down with, yeah, Joe, I didn't meet Bat. Yeah, he was really on a good one. I don't know. I don't know, Rose. No, Eric, they don't. They're in good. But yeah, well, it was always the same. People used to say, hey, fool, if you, I swear to you, they used to always say, people that knew me, they used to say, if you can't get along with Chino in the cell, you got problems, fool. But for example, on this time, it was over some dumb stuff, right? For example, the celly, freshly new, had came out of red. He came in my cell. I already knew who he was. I already knew his paperwork. But regardless, if you're a camarada, you come in the cell out of respect. Hey, I'm so and so from here and here. Hey, here's my papitos. Read them. Let me check yours out. I showed him to the yard. You're in the cell with me. And ever since he came in, I checked his paperwork. Everything was cool. But in our conversations, he seemed nervous. And and then one day, I used to work on, even if I went to yard, I still worked out at nights and bird bath, right? So I used to put my curtain, bird bath. Like on the second day, fool started tripping about the curtain. I'm like, and the first time I told him, like, hey, homie, excuse me. And I told him, homie, I want to shower however I want to shower, you know. And I felt him, I told him, I'm going to shower however I want to shower. If you feel disrespected because I put a curtain or paranoid, handle your business, fool. You know? Now, or if you feel, I started being or if you feel sad because I don't let you check me out while I bird bath, handle your business. We left it at that, right? 2 days later, it was back to the same thing, Every time that curtain went up, he didn't want to put it. And I done told him, like, hey, fool, I don't want to see you shower, fool. I don't want to see you use the restroom. And then, anyways, 2 days later came and he just, we were like literally standing with each other. And by this time, I had already strucken up an appeal, like, hey, there's some funny stuff with this fool, right? Too much paranoid stuff. I used to see him on the yard for them 2 days. And anyways, that happened again. And, I got close to him at least to where I knew I was able to get them three, right? And it was just, the last thing I remember, he just told me, like, I feel some type of way. And I just, boop, boop, boop. And that was that. I never did it, B. Rolling R's. Man, I wish I could get one of my homeboys in here, Rolling R's, so you could ask him what they used to call me when I was a kid. But yeah, I have. No, Eric, I wouldn't fight for a mattress, homie. Be honest with you. Yeah, Nick. Uh, I had one, right? I don't want to put his placazo rose, but yeah, he was from Carnales. He was a dirty individual, man. And that one popped. I'm a neat freak, so that one I did tell him, like, hey, fool, look, I'm not even going to tell you how you're going to go about this, whatever. Just by you being this dirty fool, it's a no-no, fool. But I ain't that. We ain't going to say nothing, but one thing I will tell you, if by tomorrow you don't have a new cell and you're still in the cell, I want to whack you. But he was with me for a while and he just couldn't get it, He was just one of them cats. Yeah, Joe. I didn't really have a lot of messy cellies, but maybe because the clecha was different, in the higher levels. They put the mayor's head, yeah. Henry, yeah, I'm actually gonna get back into my story. Jesús, buenas noches. Nah, B, I don't think so, I'm real cool, like not to but I try to be a good seller. Haha. Tooth knocker. Nick, not that I know of. Not that I know of. I could be wrong, but as far as I know, no. Yeah, it's an orange. Me, it's just respect, and you guys know how high I am on respect. It's just a respect thing. Put that curtain up. You're doing whatever you're doing back there. Courtesy flush. Just a respect thing. Johnny, ¿qué huele? Buenas noches. Igualmente, I sent mine back. Yeah, Joe, I do actually. I want to touch on one that started off with Stomps, right? And then it went over to Silent George, his uncle, and I didn't understand it till this day. But yeah, I'm gonna touch on at least what I personally had crossings with. Why they let Chirujos on the main line? Eric, I don't know which main line. Yeah, Frank. This hand, it's mostly, I don't know if you see it, it's mostly all like wicked stuff, right? But was my chest, my back, and this hand, yeah, it's all cultura. Deep conversations there. Yeah, it's different though. I think so. But yeah, Frank, just this arm, you could say, from here, from my shoulder down, is in reality this is all my work, my artwork. Look, you guys see that? Wait, that's supposed to be me with the state jumpsuit, CDC. You guys see it? I don't know if you guys could see it good enough, but yeah, that's supposed to be me right there with the state jumpsuit. Kill them and rob. She was on Sherm, I bet. For my Mex, saludos. Chirujos is those hihis, hishis. Lion saying his family was Northsiders from LA. Yeah, They could have been Northsiders, just homies though, Nick, David, great to see you. Oh, we're just conversating for an hour. Man, Rose, I think you're right. I honestly, when I came in here, I didn't think I was going to be able to last with you guys for the whole hour. Thank you guys for distracting my mind. I always say it, and I know there's certain people that say, don't apologize, don't thank. It makes you, that don't make me nothing, believe me. As a matter of fact, I want to put that out, for those that tell me that's just who I am. And I'm the last person, and not to sound anything, that walks around or does things with a complex. Oh, this fool's gonna think I'm this, and that. That'll never worry me. I'm respectful, and like I said it before, that's just who I am. Yeah, yeah, Rose, with the horns right there. I don't know how this thing is. I don't know if you see it, and it's a state jumpsuit. You got so many stories on that. Yeah, I bet I seen them on that. The Sherm, the acids. It's like an acid. Yeah. Well, you used to, Frank. If well, you had two options. Depends what you got. But you had two options: either you haven't earned it, I thought, pick that up, see that food, go earn it, or you didn't want to, then you get removed. I don't know how it is right now. Be sincere. Yeah, the money. I had a bunch of them. I had a bunch of celis out with the gatos. Happy, buenas noches, saludos, gracias. PCP, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, as a matter of fact, well, he's still on the main line, but there was a homie from Orange County. He was back there in Pelican Bay, maybe what, 20 years, and he always stayed just true to his feelings, right? The ones he always did things with, and he had been made about half of whatever he was there, maybe 10 years, and he didn't even know it. But yeah, there's been a couple cases, David. Huh? Yeah, Nick, stealing. JCP, saludos. Yeah, do hit the like, por favor. In San Diego, it's a little different. Oh, okay. It's a little different. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know Ancient Orange. JCP, yeah. Oh, yeah, big time. A lot of businesses are closing down, you know? Yeah, the money, more so than anything. But I guess it goes with the area, you know, like up north, we know it as PCP, you know, but I guess it's different. What the big homies cook. What the big homies cook. I don't understand the question. Discúlpame, Eric. Yeah, damn, Mike. No, I don't ever feel like that, V. I'm the same like you know. I don't really know too much, but the main things, you know, like my family's always been soda, chicharrón, or just straight goma. This time I came back, they were moving that requesón and stuff, but I don't really know too much. Yeah, okay, there it is. Gosh, I don't even know. David, to be sincere, I don't even think the homie was made. You know, I think that this is just my opinion, David. You could be like, you know, when he got out, when they got kicked out, right? Yeah, I was already with Sana. That's how I heard about it, right? Because Sana's the one that requested, asked the question why the homie he's been put in the back burner, right? Because he was from Orange County, and the answer was that he had been already made. You know, that they could try to cover it up. They see the homie como aguitado and that he's been so loyal and stuff, or I don't know. But me, I'm the same like you, David. I was like, but there's been a couple cases in the feds, believe me. Rose, you gonna rest? Thank you for stopping in. Hope you have a great night. I'll be turning in here soon too. Thank you, Rose. Man, your prayers mean the world. Believe me. Yeah, Rose. My jefita, she's upset, you know, because she calls me and then after like, you know, we talk a little bit. I'm like, Ma, I have to split. She wants me to go to the hospital. I just can't, you know. Eric, Friday, but it's gonna be on the reaction channel. Yeah, everyone remember Fridays, the next reaction, but it'll be on the reaction channel. Yeah, primero Dios, Rose will speak sad Friday, excuse me. Gracias. Hope you rest well. Angel does. DC Blacks. Any incident with the DC Blacks? There was a lot of conflicts, but it never went up. It was squared off before it went there. Eastside San Diego. Man, a lot of homies from Eastside San Diego. Yeah, H and Orange. I had a homeboy that he stayed on one, right? But he used to like, what did they used to call him? Frios? Frios? Something like that. Huh. Yeah, B's crazy, huh? JCP, I'll be honest with you, bro. Everyone at Conversate, they're hoping that the States gets out and allows China to come in. Anthony, gracias. Yeah, to get real local. Yeah, that's what my homeboy. I don't know what he used to put in it, Nick, to be sincere, but remember he used to get weed, put some mazapan in it, put some soda, and then I don't know, like melt it, and then he used to dip it in KJ, right? And put it like in a little metal thing and put it in the freezer to crystallize. And he used to get on one. I Alvaro's. Me personally, I don't know him, right? But H and Orange knows him, and I trust, in his palabra. And he says he's legit. He's seen it on a personal tip. Ok, Eric. Gracias. Espero y descanses bien. Muy buenas noches. Yeah, right now, for example, what's here in Michoacan right now, and even in Sinaloa, right? They have like a year, not even a year, man. But they have this brand of cars. They're CYE, and what's this other brand, man? Anyways, it looks like it just one only has trucks that looks kind of like the L200 from Mitsubishi and or the Toyotas, and the other one is in little cars, right? And they're hella cheap. That's why people are like, they're more affordable. Little Rob, Kubi, I met Chino from Eastside San Diego, Junior, um, Smokey. Those were in Ironwood. I can remember. Boxer was in the hole in Ironwood. In Tehachapi, another Chino was there for me, said San Diego, but he was a carnal. And Corcoran, Sneaky, Termite, um, Jaime. Man, I met a lot of homies from East Side San Diego, with the turmoil in this, man. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, Nick, I remember the Primo. A lot of homies were on them. With me, with the Primos and all that, maybe because the only thing I seen myself doing besides drinking when I was young, right, was weed. But I didn't like weed, you know. I don't know why. I know I haven't touched on how it was for me on the calles, but just imagine, I literally grew up in South Park. It's the one of the biggest neighborhoods of norteños, right? So for a lot of years, I never belonged there, right? I grew up there, but certain people used to call me traitor, and we were outnumbered bad. I'm talking about we used to go up to a place, and it would be like you would just hear, hey, where you from? And then you look up, you're by yourself, and there'll be 40, 50 of them, right? And one time we were in the alley in Apple Valley, my neighborhood, and my homeboy Gato, he brought some weed. And I said, oh, we ain't gonna go nowhere. I'm gonna go ahead. And nah, I don't know what type of weed it was, but it numbed me. And I said, oh, hell no, I can't be like this on the calles. I want to smoke. So as one, I want to do that reaction tonight for sure, for sure. And I want to touch on the question I've been asked about shotgun, the reasons why you never got blessed and got whacked. Boxer, it's a good. But yeah, that's what for tomorrow, and then I'm hoping I'm able to figure out how to do the reaction so I could keep it steady. I don't know what year it came out. Frank, I'll be honest, I just was never interested in them type of movies. Not good quality, yeah. Yeah, something like that ain't yours, but since they're cheap. Ray, ¿qué huele? Muy buenas noches. The same effect. Yeah, after that day, I never really, excuse me, everyone. Yeah, I know it sounds weird to everyone say that I didn't even like weed. You know my road dog, the one I said that here exactly where I'm at, his wife set him up with these judiciales and he got down on the streets. He's my age dudes, right? You know the story I told you guys when I started game banging, when I decided to was let me see if I can show it to you. What's that? No, you guys can't see it. But anyways, then I'm going to take this mask off here soon. But anyways, I got a scar that goes from here to here. It's from that bottle that night. Remember I told you guys? And that was his brother, Speedy, the one they killed that night. And anyways, that fool was a big old pot smoker, and I used to always tell him like we were in a car or something, fool, get the hell out. No, no me hornees, Hell no, evil boys. D Money, good night. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, Nick, when I was young, I used to like drinking. But other than that, I didn't like cigarettes. I just couldn't stand the smell. Weed, heavy drugs, nah. Checking in, how? Oh, definitely, Frank. Huh? He would still been doing time. Thank you, D Money. Thank you. I highly appreciate it. And if you can, it's understandable too. Thank you. Me, just first Coronas, Coronitas, and then Modelo. But other than that, heavy drugs, I think, is because I had a lot of homeboys. For example, like, I'm telling you, we were small, so I had a lot of homeboys that were literally, that went up there to Santa Rosa to work in the grape fields, right? So I didn't have no family or nothing. And, well, I'm not going to get into details, but I had an uncle that had an egg farm out there in Sebastopol near Santa Rosa, right? And I used to go help him, whatever, right? So whenever I used to come down, I used to get five, six of my homeboys and tell them, hey, fools, here, get your ass on the corner, fool, and rent an apartment. And, you know, and I used to see what I used to do. I just said, hell no. And then plus at that time, my grandpa and my jefe were still alive. Ooh, my grandpa, whew, since I could remember 5, 6 years old, he used to tell me like, mijo, vente. Whenever I used to go from Santa Rosa over there, I remember I was young, right? He used to tell me, vamos al lote, which is basically up there in the mountain, right? I used to help him cut whatever, and he used to tell me straight up, like, I ever see you, this is to make feria, not to get hooked on it. And since I can remember, he always put that in my head. Besides that, if I ever catch you doing this stuff, I ain't gonna lie to you guys. My abuelo used to tell me straight up, you know how I hang you from the guayaba tree? Well, I want to hang you and chop your head off. You're no use to me like that. Yeah, Nick, I can't stand it too. Oh, Alvaro's. Man, I gotta say Pelican Bay, bro. Corcoran, Corcoran had a little funny feeling to it too, but it was more open. I don't know if it makes sense. For example, you go in the rotunda and there's a big space, and the cells are way in the back, right? And Pelican Bay, no, is like the cells and then the wall right there, and then you're walking, and you literally feel like, damn, yeah. I met a lot of people that love weed, real easy. Yeah, nowadays you don't even know what you're doing on. Yeah, my that was my grandpa. My grandpa, no. Ana de una de aquellotas, saludos, buenas noches. Yeah, yeah, you were able to get commissary. Huh. Yeah, me for a while, up until I went to YA. Once I went to YA, I didn't drink that much anymore, but before then, I used to. 8 years ago. Damn, 8 years ago? I didn't hear about it. That was what? 17. I think I was already gone, maybe that's why. Mushrooms, peyote. Yeah, I did a few times, B. Pruno. But I used to like making it if I was going to drink it. Because I'd just baby it, for a couple weeks and just keep adding alcohol or sugar to it. So that, them little cups, well, B, there's these little cups of milk, little, when you're in the shoe, you make them into cups, right? I used to like making it so that two of them little cups will put you on your butt. Nick, the norteños, yeah, yeah, Nick, all day, every day. But they all knew me on a personal tip, Nick. The one I had a lot of problems with in YA was this. He was black, the Lamar from PL, from My Worst Enemies, and me and him had history, right? And we were in YA, and it was a mandatory. It was like a snack. Every day it was a mandatory thing. Vente, let's knuckle up, just cause. But I had history with him, with his brother Mike, with his cousin Max, with his whole family. Huh. Alvaro's, I won't even know how to look, and I'll be honest, he's had a lot of them. Yeah, I know it would blow up, but we're small, but we're cool, right? Yeah, it would be. Ernie Diaz, gracias. I appreciate your wishes. It's like you read my mind, Ernie. I wish I could show you guys my legs, but right now I feel this one's gonna pop. I'm about to check in here soon. Yeah, Alvaro's. It's just my respects. I know it's a good platform, and I got an offer, Alvaro's, numerous of places. To be sincere now, I know the channel would boop, but you know, I'd rather keep it, let it come natural. You know what I mean? Like the ones that we are, the small group that we are, man. I'm blessed. Messages getting out every day a little bit more and more. I've always been real believer that not everything's good. Sometimes you just gotta let go of things. I never seen it, V. I never seen it. There's a trick, V, to make someone blind with Pruno, but Pruno alone, nah. Arturo, buenas noches. You had a blackout. It's that time of year, huh? Yeah, well, I only seen him one time, but yeah, he's pretty cool. Oh, my life is boring, B. Yeah, Arturo. I mean, yeah, alcohol can do that to you. Si te cruzas. But I know a trick with Pruno that would definitely leave you blind. But I ain't gonna, you know. Yeah, yeah, Nick, he was. I think that's where I heard some good things about him too from Rascal. Ernie Diaz, gracias for that. And nah, nunca. I don't move, you know. Gracias is highly appreciated. Nah, B. Thank you, Ernie. You too. Stay strong and blessed. I appreciate you. You know who always tells me, B, and is always on me about it is S1, Like, whenever we talk, like on a private tip, he always tells me, you don't get it. And it's not over the first, second time. It's like, I don't get it. But now I start seeing it here and there. Crazy warfare. Yeah. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Arturo. Payaso. Payaso hanged himself. Yeah, that's one. Crown number three mean? I don't know. Ah, where's B? On Woody, it wasn't really that. He had already gotten a pass on that. He was stressing. He was stressing more so. El huevo? Huevo or güero? Hey, have you guys seen Güero, Ronnie? I haven't seen him in a while. I hope he's doing okay. Huh. No, no, Alvaro's. It's Güero from Hawaiian Gardens, 2003. I meet him, Mr. Yiga. I got there the end of 2004. I meet him. I thought you were gonna tell me about. I won't go there. Circle around K. Uh, I haven't really heard him, but one that someone sent me where he's addressing someone with. But yeah, I got some good stories about like good ones where I could put a message to. Like about three with NLR, but I don't touch on it because again I don't know the background to their politics. On Tubi, it was just a disrespect that got out of hand. Alvaro's basically it just happened to fall in the lab with two impulsive carnales, right? Mr. Yinga, gracias igualmente. I hope you and family are well and healthy always. Uh, in Guanajuato, Nick, there is. Guanajuato has a lot of norteños. Mazatlan, there was a neighborhood that had a lot of norteños. And I'm trying to think of this little rancho, but there's this rancho in Veracruz too that has a lot of norteños. Thank you, Mr. Iga. Again, gracias. But everyone, I'm going to call it a night. there's this paisano channel that, huh? Yeah, Alvaro, that never happened. That never happened. And I'm not here to defend the Pili and saying it just he would have whacked. No, if the paisano would have done that on the spot, all the camaradas would have been whacking them. No butts or ribs, no nada. I know it sounds weak, but I don't know which channel you're talking about, but it didn't happen. Luis, gracias, my boy. Espero que descanses. Blessings to your family, ya sabes. Buenas noches. B, buenas noches. Mike, likewise, much love. Buenas noches. Arturo, que descanses. Oh, in the shoe. The only way that could have happened, Alvaro, is if he did it, nobody heard it, and the Pili didn't put him on blast. But I doubt it. I doubt it. Sincerely doubt it. But again, again, I was I was nobody. A lot of things could happen that maybe I wasn't aware. Don't think that should have happened, but they did. Boxer talks about it, and Emilio, okay, okay, yeah. If he if he talks about it when he was in the shoe, that's one thing. He could definitely speak about things like that. For my Mex, buenas noches. In Puebla, okay, okay. S1, thank you, bro. Likewise, I send much love your way to family. Hopefully, here soon I should have that phone. Yeah, I'm from Chuca. Okay. Rolling R's, buenas noches. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know Veracruz or which one he's talking about, but yeah, if he spoke about it, I'm pretty sure it happened. Hoping, buenas noches. All right, Alvaro, gracias. Oh yeah, Mecca. Mecca's a hub. Mecca, Tala, Tequila, Manteca, all that area, Valles. It's a lot of camaradas. Juarez, Rep Norte. Okay, Nick. Yeah, Juarez got a lot of different things. Thank you, H and Orange, por Ameca. Oh, okay, okay. I know all that area real good. Adrian, real good. I know all that area from mountains to foot. Cool, Granddaddy. Always a pleasure to see you. Yeah, I sent it to you. I don't have a phone right now, so I was just hoping everything was all right. Do know you're constantly in my prayers. Stepmoms, thank you for your love. Oh, I don't know about that, Adrian. Yeah, Alvaro's Guanajuato has a lot from both angles, you know. I'll be waiting. Cool granddaddy again. Much love and respect to you, family. But everyone, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys rest. Yeah, that's one. Believe me, I need that talk too. Anyways, I send my love. I'll speak to you guys Friday, but I will be putting up videos. And sorry, I'm not well today, but Ivan, buenas noches. But do know, my love and prayers to everyone. Siempre. En Talpa, yeah. Yeah, Semana Santa. But everyone, I go and I don't go, huh? My love and food to everyone. Muchas gracias again. Buenas noches.